So you mentioned, the Roman Catholic high school, you mentioned your parents, jujitsu, all this stuff has set you up to be kind of who you are, to be in the right place at the right time for all this stuff to happen, right? But there's a certain amount of courage that goes along with that. Rather than taking the easy route through, you decided to go not really unconventional, but probably a little tougher than most people would do. Where did that courage come from?
So that's actually, and this is, we'll tangent a little bit to something I actually left out that I wanted to save for right now. So once I graduated Roman Catholic, my dad, he called me, right? I thought it was going to be, oh, we're going to, this diner to celebrate. It was a very ominous call where he, specifically said, I got a call from the IRS. I'm indicted, and I could be looking at a little bit of time. And at the time, I was like 18, 19 years old, maybe even 20, and I didn't know what he meant exactly. So we met up, and he's like, "Yeah, this is what," because you've probably watched the movie Wolf of Wall Street. Everyone has. Mm-hmm. It was essentially he did something like that on a more lesser scale, on a smaller scale. Right. So essentially, stole from his clients. He was a financial advisor, advised stocks. Mm-hmm. And that's what he did. So he went away. He actually just got out this year in March. He was in there for 4 years while I was in college. So while I was freshman year at my fraternity getting hazed, it was actually Hell Week when he got his sentence. And it was like, I believe it was like 78 months at one point. So that's what, like 6.5 years. And with this drug program that he went in, and then good time and everything, we got it knocked down to around 4 years. And it was not fun at all, but I like to say we were both away, quote unquote, at that time, because he was, in federal prison and I was in college. So it was one of those things where I have a little brother named Ryan. And I think that he took the bulk of that stress because he was, working full time. He didn't go to college, but he was kind of forced to deal with it, I guess, harder than I was, because I had a set system. I was like, okay, college, classes, go out with friends. Like I didn't really have time to worry about it. You know what I mean? Like as crazy as that is, and I guess it's a little selfish as it is, I just didn't want to deal with that. It was something where, okay, like he's going to be in there. He's not going anywhere. Let me just focus on what I'm doing. And that's it, and thank God we live in, 2021. He was able to call me, email me all through the phone, legally, of course. Yeah. And it was just something where I thought that, the courage that came from me really was, I was like, okay, I'm not going to be making this much money as working at a startup, but if I put in the hours now and I build these systems up, then come, first year after I graduate, I'll be making a pretty decent penny, and again, it's just the fact that I was able to grow this company with Mac and with all my different, wonderful staff to the way it is now. It's unprecedented. I mean, I'm living a dream right now. It's something that I wish I took more time to actually reflect like this on a podcast, because I don't take that much time. I always want to go into the next thing and conquer. But I think it's to intrinsically reflect on yourself and what you're doing, and to just say, okay, like breathe, you're doing, a decent job, just continue doing what you're doing. So that's the whole story of my dad, man. And really where I got the courage, but it's a crazy story when you think about it. Like you just, losing your father and then getting him back then, this year, it's very interesting. It's not the conventional route, like you said earlier, and nor do I want it to be. I think that this is the best life I could have planned, and I think I'm on the right track for sure.
Yeah.